I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, but I have Ian's cousin and his wife, they love peanut butter. And in fact, they use it a lot and they don't use butter at all. So I think that they might end up with this peanut butter nicely tizzied up for Christmas. All right, recipe says to put in 200 grams of roasted salted peanuts or roasted unsalted peanuts. So these are actually unsalted, and I just bought them in a big bag, pop them on a tray in my little air fryer for 5 minutes. That's all, just enough to roast them a little bit. And then as I was getting them out, all the skins just basically fell off of them. So that's why they're skinless, not because I really tried, they just fell off. So 200 or close enough, 191, lid on. And this is 8 seconds on speed 4. Now, on the cookie dough recipe, and actually this was in the basic cookbook for the TM5. I actually don't know if it's in the TM6, I forgot to look. It has got 2 alternatives. There's a crunchy peanut butter or there's a smoother peanut butter. So I'm just going to do the crunchy one now because I know that that's what Dino and Julia like. But if you prefer to have a smoother peanut butter, then at this stage you would chop it for a little while longer, so just 10 seconds instead of 8 seconds. And instead of being on speed 4, start on speed 3 and then increase it to speed 7. And then it makes it a much finer consistency, obviously. Now, you know, for me, I think that that's a bit even too crunchy. So I'm going to repeat that. And to repeat is quite easy. For those of you that have the TM6, you just hit the back button and it comes up again. So next, and then 8 seconds on speed 4. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit better. I still feel, so you can see that it's starting. There's some of it that's quite fine. Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. But there's still some quite big chunks in it. So the next step is to put in some either peanut oil or grapeseed oil. So I've got peanut oil, and I think that that's what I will stick with. It says 30 to 50. So I'm just going to put 50 in and lid back on, and we'll blend it again for another 8 seconds on speed 4. And it tells you now to just check the consistency of it. That's very crunchy. So for me, I am going to do that a little bit more, which is great because it means that you can make things how you like them. Some people like the really, really crunchy, and I know that they like it a bit crunchy, but I think that's just a bit too much. It needs to be like a bit more. So we're just going to go back and we'll do it for another 4 seconds. And have a little check. That's getting better now. Okay. I am even going to do it a bit more. So that's, see how that's quite crunchy. Personal preference. I'm sure they won't mind. and plus it's a good exercise for me to keep showing you. And this time, you know what I'm even going to do? I'm going to put it on for 10 seconds, and I'm going to do from speed 3 and then keep increasing it to speed 7. Okay. Let's see what that's done to it. Yeah, that's better. All right. So I will put it out into a bowl for you. That is better. So there are still little lumps in there, chunks of peanut, but it's definitely spreadable. I think that's perfect. So I will be popping that into a nice little jar for them and putting a pretty little bow around it. They're very hard people to buy for, you know what I mean? And they have just purchased a Thermomix, so before I know it, I won't be able to make them anything because they'll be making it all themselves. That's the only downside. All right, there we go. That is good peanut butter. See if I can bring it closer. But again, totally in your control to have it as smooth or as crunchy as you like. It also says in the hints and tips that if you're using unsalted peanuts and you want to make them salted, then you just put in half a teaspoon of salt when you put the oil in. That's will make it salty, but I'm not really into salt too much. Beautiful. All right, we are doing good for time, guys. That is 30 minutes.